Hey, it's Tpok back in Katawa Shoujo. This episode's gonna be kind of late just 'cause had some problems with fraps right now. And yeah, um, actually, before I start, I'm gonna wander over back here so I can get my iPod so I can time this. How long I'm gonna record? 'Cause I want this up tonight and rendering and everything. Yeah. Anyways, as class ends, I simply rest my head on my hand and stare out of the window to pass the time. It's been a few days since Lilly told me our plans. I haven't been to our ordinary lunchtime haunt since then, not that there would be much point. Hanako's been busy with the newspaper club she's newly joined, and has even begun talking in class with Naomi every now and then. I would hope they would be, 'cause they are going to travel the country together. Even Lilly, aside from the fact that a meeting between us would have been awkward in any case, has been run off her feet with class representative duties as the summer holidays approach. And now they're just about here. With the end of today's bell, the summer holidays will have begun. Wow, okay, that was quick. Did we skip some days, I guess? I don't really remember. I suppose that all I'll end up doing will be visiting my parents for the duration and lazing about my old home now that my previous plans are entirely askew. Meanwhile, Akira and Lily will be en route to Scotland to live out the rest of their lives there. No matter how hard I try to rationalize the idea that once the summer holidays begin, my life will return to the way it was, it simply refuses to happen. Everyone's moving on with their lives. Lily's rejoining her family, Akira's moving up in her father's business, Hanako's gaining new friends and hobbies, and even Yuko's moving ahead with her university aspirations. Oh, Hisao, I was expecting you to say I'm stuck. Even I'm moving forward in the end. With the marks I've gotten so far in Yamaku, much less after such a rocky beginning, the path to getting into teaching science as a career seems straightforward. Yeah, that was, I think, heavily dependent on Lily. Say, go teach. You'd be a good teacher. I suppose that I should at least be happy about that much, but it doesn't really seem to help. He-chan. I quickly stopped ruminating and turned to face the bubbly voice beside me, putting on the most upbeat expression I can muster. As expected, Shizune stands flanking her. I have a sneaking suspicion they want something from me. Hey Misha, Shizune, what's up? Well, Shi-chan and I were thinking, since we're just two poor little girls that need help with all the work we've been given just before the holidays begin. Sure, I can help. But He-chan, we really need... what? I think I broke Misha. Even Shizune raises an eyebrow at her accomplice's shuddering stop in her tracks. So, you will help us, He-chan? I just said I wouldn't. What? I just said I would, didn't I? It's hardly like I have anything better to do. Maybe helping them with their work will help take my mind off the situation. Misha seems genuinely ecstatic with my response, but Shizune's expression is clouded and difficult to read. I find myself quickly averting my eyes from her own, as it almost looks as a face of pity. No doubt it must just be my imagination. This is hardly the first time I've been in the student council room. Is it nighttime already? Jeez. Indeed, I've found myself down here often, either to help Lily with class rep work or to sort out one thing or another with the student council itself. Now, though, it's quite a different place. Papers and folders are strewn across every table in the room, only a solitary little black laptop up top, a single desk sticking out from the mess. It's an old-looking laptop, but still, it's probably better than mine. Yeah, I need a new computer soon. It looks positively ancient, and I'd guess it had been valiantly serving its task and archiving information for years and years. So, what needs doing? This looks like a lot to do. She looks mad at me. I don't know. Shizune's expression becomes determined as she signs. It's a worrying look. Everything, Hichan. My worry was well placed. Everything, you say? What's left on the disks is what needs to be done. It all needs to be digitally recorded, which is what the laptop is for. And I'm guessing that I'll be the one doing this. Shi-chan says she saw you with the computers in the library a few days ago and that you seemed really good with them. Good with computers. I can touch type, I guess, but it still seems like an overestimation of my skills. I was just typing up homework. Wait, Shizune was watching me do that? One must know their allies before they can know their own enemies, of course. Wow, that's pretty wise. For once, it's not very hard to work out who said what. Nonetheless, it doesn't seem worth fighting over. Sitting at a computer doing some typing hardly seems onerous as far as tasks to help Shizune and Misha go. Besides, it will help take your mind off things. Take my mind off things. Take my mind off what things? They know. Not Shizune's leaving. Lily's leaving. Misha's face goes blank as she translates this for Shizune, though the latter's response is only to glance away towards the window after briefly signing. Misha's face quickly returns to a smile as she translates back. She was confused, I guess, but Shizune is harder to pin down. I was just thinking you may want to get your mind off the exams, of course. Either way, we may as well get into it sooner rather than later. I'll go along with you. That's the spirit, Hichan. And that's the 5th spreadsheet compiled and saved. Time for the next month's. After a little bit of fussing around, we all managed to get a bit more organized. Shizune's been gathering up the loose sheets and thankfully sorting them into a neat pile next to me. Meanwhile, Misha's been handling the manual writing work, her girly pink pen leaving its unmistakable mark on paper after paper. Once I got myself into a rhythm, this really wasn't so bad. Shizune and Misha also seemed to be in the swing of things, wordlessly communicating as they go about their business with fervor. I periodically glanced at the sheet beside the laptop, apparently a list of student names and matching addresses, as I dutifully entered the data written on it. I don't pay a lot of attention to what I'm typing in until I reach about midway down the page. Hakamichi, class 3-3. Who's Hakamichi? Is that Shizune? Huh. Her family home is in Saitama. My idle curiosity is ended abruptly as 3 light taps can be heard rapping on the door. Lilly. Bet that's who it is. Misha quickly skips over to check who it is, tapping Shizune's shoulder on the way past to let her companion know what's happening. Ah, you're here. Who is it? With a slight pause to enter Shizune's data into the file along with all the others, I look up to check who's at the door. Lilly, why aren't you in your uniform thing? Lilly, after giving a cursory nod to Misha in greeting, she perks her head up in a trademark manner. Is that Hisao? She's pretty darn good at working out my voice from the smallest of phrases nowadays. Yeah, it's me. Hey. Disappointed. The atmosphere feels slightly awkward as she bows. Neither of us knows quite how intimate we should be around each other, given she's leaving in just a matter of hours. This is a fact that, thankfully, neither the oblivious Misha nor the hard-working Shizune pick up on. So, you've got work to do as well. Unfortunately, I arrived as soon as I could, but my class held me up with a surprise farewell party, and I had to get changed. I glanced down at the laptop's clock. It's pretty much the end of lunchtime. It looks darkish outside. I don't know. So I'm guessing Lily's managed to wrangle the last period off as well. I take it Shizune is here as well? Of course. And I've been here during all of lunchtime as well. That last comment was really not needed. Shizune's baiting Lilly into another argument. I can feel it. I'm sorry I can't be as hardworking as you, Shizune. I'll endeavor to hire more lackeys to do my work in the future, I assure you. And Lilly just took the bait, escalating things further. Oh, she's getting mad. So's Misha. But aren't you the one always outsourcing work to your classmates? The difference is that they choose to help, unlike your tyrannical grip on your own class. Tyranny works. Even if we did things differently, we still get the same results, right? This is a school, not a police state. You will have to remind me when you were appointed class monarch, I'm afraid. Oh, jeez. Super mad. You have to seize power. It's not as good as if it's just handed to you, but I guess you wouldn't really understand that, right? You'll also have to remind me when the monarchs were elected into their positions. Lilly positively bristles at this. Shizune's 2-hit combo forces her onto defense. Yet, for all your vaunted power, you cannot get one person to help you without forcing it. But Hisao volunteered. He's such a hard worker, he's doing this instead of meaningless socialization, right? Is that so? Hisao? This is bad. Really ended up between a rock and a hard place. As much as it may pain me to do this, the truth has at least a chance of stopping this argument here and now. It's okay, Lilly, they didn't harass me to come or anything. Disappointment. Lilly gives me a disapproving grimace, silently radiating her strong feelings of displeasure in my general direction. She can be quite scary when she wants to be, though thankfully that isn't often. However, you are scary all the time. Chan, you made that sound like it's a regular occurrence. It isn't? In the end, it doesn't matter so long as everything's getting done at a good pace. Let's just get this work over with so we can go home. They left early, I guess. No. Okay. Shizune snorts derisively and gets back to marking off the sheet in front of her, while Lilly sighs and finds her way along the room, with her hand following the filing cabinets lined along the wall. Excuse me. This would mark the only time I've managed to successfully defuse one of these situations, but the grudging ceasefire built around mutual fear and respect makes this feel more like the Cold War than any real peace. I can't take all the credit though. Lilly's leaving has surely affected Shizune to some extent, to make her give up so easily. Moments before getting back to my work, I noticed Lilly reaching up to grab something from above a filing cabinet. I almost offered to help, but her height gives her ample ability to take it down safely. When she sets a strangely shaped device on the desk beside me, I realize just what it is, sort of, as she takes the old green covering off and sits down. Oh, it's a braille, for braille, like typing. At first glance, it seems to be an old metallic blue typewriter, but it doesn't take me long to realize it's far from ordinary. It has far fewer keys than I expected, and those it has show no lettering printed on them. Only the shadows cast by the tiny pale dots on them give a hint to the thing's purpose. Excuse me, I'm tired. Ah, blind typewriter. I think you mean, oops, braille? Oh, this? Well, you're not far off. It's normally called a Perkins Brailler, but it's basically a typewriter for the blind, yes. It presses braille onto the page rather than text, which is why it has fewer keys. Huh, that's really neat. She gives a lighthearted grin at my curiosity over it. I have to admit that it appeals to my sense of novelty. Without further ado, we each get back to our allotted tasks. The loud clunking of the mechanics and Lily's brailler and the tapping of the laptop's old and weary keyboard quickly fill the room. It's a nice atmosphere, really. Everyone knows what they have to do, and Lilly and I get to sit beside each other and exchange odd words as we work away. Nostalgic, that's what it feels like. It's pleasant, but it's just slightly stained with the knowledge that our time together is nearing its end. Excuse me, Misha. To properly address her, Misha bounces over from the filing cabinet she's peering into, in spite of Lily's lack of sight. For a moment I think it's strange, but then realize it's exactly what I do. What's up, Doc? Could you ask Shizune where the attendance records for class 3-2 are? I think they've been moved. Okie dokie. And with that, she flitters off to Shizune, who's working at a table behind us. Lily's familiarity with the council room and the efficiency with which she works remind me that she, Misha, and Shizune used to all work together in the student council. Maybe this is a fitting end to her stay in Yamaku, working away just like she used to, surrounded by those she loves and at least liked. I look up, getting taken off guard by Shizune sorting through a drawer rather than Misha. Sure enough, she plucks out a manila folder entirely blank save for the just barely visible bumps on its front, and holds it in front of Lily. Lily's hand flits over to it to check what it is, her fingers feeling out the dots of braille and confirming it's what she asked for. Thank you, Misha. No reply. She's gonna start laughing. Oh, smile. No reply, that is, save for an odd grin. No smile on Shizune's face. That is an odd smile. She looks kinda derpy right now. A couple of seconds pass before Lily clicks that it isn't Misha behind her, but Shizune. Her momentary look of surprise is replaced by a slightly bashful smile. Oops. For a few moments, the room is all but still and silent. Eventually, though, Shizune strides back to her workstation and Lily begins typing once again. It only lasted a handful of seconds in all, but it feels like years of communication were made up for in that one silent exchange. Oh, now it's sunset. There. Finished. I lean my head back and rub my eyes to try and work away their weariness. Staring at that small and rather poor screen's taken its toll. Excellent timing. The only thing left is to file these away and all of my workload finished as well. Good. I can pack up the brailer and put it away while you do that. Thank you, Hisao. Misha, are you and Shizune far from being done? I look around for the two as I replace the cover of the brailer, only to see them waiting at the door. I guess they must have been waiting for us. With a minimum of wasted time, we file and pack up everything that remains and join them. Thanks for waiting, you two. We couldn't just take off without you, Hichan. You've been a great help. Shizune nods approvingly, pleased with my efforts. I guess that's the last class representative work done and over with, then. That's right. I'll miss you, Lily. I think it was fun working with you. Thank you, Misha. It's been good working with you and Shizune. Shizune thinks for a moment before formulating a response. It's not that she often communicates without thinking, quite the opposite, but this time it's even more considered than usual. Misha looks a little surprised before passing on the message. Shizune says you better do your work over there better than you did it here. Far from taking offense, Lily giggles into her hand. If that's the case, then please tell Shizune to give those still here a little more understanding in the future. Competitive until the last. Maybe Shizune and Lily aren't so different after all. Shi-chan says she'll be checking up to make sure you live up to your end of the promise. Then that's how it will be. I'd better be off then. Goodbye, Shizune. Goodbye, Misha. Hisao? Lily takes a hold of my arm in hers, there being no need for a cane if I'm here to guide her. With a nod of farewell to the two, we set off out the door and make our way to the school grounds. Well, I'm gonna end it here. Yeah. Let's continue this next time. It might finish. I don't know, it's kind of getting sad right now. Seeing Lily go away and I don't know. Goodbyes are